Hi, my name is Nikki Caldwell, and I'm a licensed clinical mental health counselor with Whispering Willows Counseling Services in Greensboro, North Carolina. Today, I'd like to share with you some information on how to manage and cope with stress as an educator during a pandemic. I'd first like to say how much I appreciate you for all that you do. My first career was in education, and I must say that I cannot imagine being an educator during a pandemic. So thank you so very, very much for all that you do for our children and our community. One strategy that we can engage in to help us to cope with stress is self-care. Self-care involves healthy activities as well as activities we enjoy. It can include eating well, getting enough sleep and rest, regular exercise, and also spending time with our family and friends in our inner circle as we're able to do in a healthy manner. Self-care also involves maintaining a consistent schedule for ourselves. This helps to keep a healthy state of mind. Self-care activities should be engaged in on a daily basis. We should not wait for the weekend or a special occasion or until our stress level has become overwhelming. We should engage in self-care activities on a daily basis so that we have something to look forward to, but also to help to manage that stress that we experience on a daily basis regularly. Another activity we can engage in to help us to manage and cope with stress is to avoid unnecessary confrontations. Some discussions have to be had, some conversations we can't avoid, but there are some conversations that we can avoid that will help us to also avoid unnecessary confrontations. Noticing another person's demeanor, noticing if this is just not a good time to approach that person or to have that conversation will actually help us to maintain our stress level, because you won't have to engage in a confrontation or a disagreement that just is not necessary at the time. Another activity that we can engage in that helps us to manage our stress is affirming ourselves on a daily basis. Affirmations, self-affirmations are very important. It involves speaking positively to ourselves about ourselves, and it also involves avoiding negative conversations with ourselves about ourselves, avoiding beating ourselves up over mistakes or mishaps that have happened. So affirming yourself means speaking positively into yourself, about yourself. I am well, I am enough, I am a good person, and doing this on a daily basis. The beginning of your day is a really good time to also involve yourself in self-affirmations. It gets your day off to a positive start, and it also helps to remind you of all the things that are actually working before you enter that educational environment for the day. Another activity we can engage in to assist with coping with stress is checking on others. Sometimes we have to take the focus away from ourselves and off of ourselves, and that can actually help to maintain or cope with our own stress. If we notice a professional peer or a friend or family member whose demeanor has changed, who just seems to be not quite themselves, we can check in with that person, and that focus goes over to that person and their needs and how we can help them, and it goes away from us, and that helps to minimize our own stress level. Another activity we can engage in to help to cope with our stress is to seek social supports within our professional environment and our professional network. This would mean that we find a person within our professional environment, within our school building, who can provide a safe space for us to discuss our stress, to discuss our frustration, and just touch base with what's going on. This person can also provide a level of empathy for us that no one else can, because they are living what we're living. They're where we are. They're seeing the things that we're seeing. So they can support us in a different way because they are where we are. So seeking a social support network or just a person, a social support person within our professional environment can be very helpful in managing stress. Another activity for managing and coping with stress is to be gentle with ourselves. You know, when things happen during a school day, and that a school day can involve all kinds of happenings, mishaps, stressors. So being gentle with ourselves in our own thinking, within our own mind. If we do make a mistake, if we do make a bad call, just reminding ourselves that it's still okay. You know, we need to be very careful with avoiding beating ourselves up, because that can actually increase our stress level and make things worse for ourselves. Another activity we can engage in to help to manage and cope with stress is to make sure we are on the same page with our administrators, and with those who have expectations of us. If we have questions, asking those questions and being transparent with what our needs are, as educators and as employees within that professional environment. If you do have a concern, not allowing that concern to go unanswered or unaddressed, making sure we're clear really does help us to maintain a healthy state of mind, but also to decrease stress, because confusion brings about stress, and so we want to avoid that as much as possible. This is a really good time to seek counseling if you need to. Being an educator in a pandemic is very challenging and stressful. Things change every day. Your expectations are just kind of all over the place because we don't know what will happen from day to day. So this is an excellent time to seek professional help. Seeing a counselor can be very helpful. It can provide a safe space for you to discuss family issues as well as work and job issues, and speak to, you know, a non-biased person to get an objective point of view. And this can help you to find ways, identify ways to cope with and handle your stress. I hope this information has been helpful for you, and I hope that you have an excellent remainder of your school year. Please make sure, like I said, you engage in self-care activities, that you touch base with your professional network, that you're communicating with your family on a regular basis, and that you do things that you enjoy to help yourself maintain a healthy state of mind and manage and cope with your stress. Take care, and thank you so much.